Round table full of melanites. If nobody gon' shine, I don't need the ice. It's real tough. Yeah. Speaking on the times, cause my people need to see. Third eye blind, no, they lying through their teeth. They tryna loot the time, tryna keep us in a sleep. But you know we gotta rise like the steam in the heat. Quantum physics to a beat, how time zones lead. It matter just the data that your brain gon' see. Alchemy, you master all that photon light. Avatar, the body just the temple, do you see? The deity surround me, I feel the peace. Breathe deep, I push cheese like Bruce Lee. Yo, it's Dragon Ball Z, I Super Saiyan 3. And we finna walk 'em down, any town, any street. New world on horizon, I can see the silver lining. Cause the sun gon' shine, then we all keep shining. Mighty lion can heal the pain, you know his name. But they stand on the same old thing. They playing, well let's talk about it. Round table full of melanites. Crystal body gon' shine, I don't need the ice. D and me, you gon' see it's rise. My people so divine, know it's our time. Let's talk about it.
Let's have the conversation.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's have the conversation.
I don't wanna hear that he say, that she say. You listening to parasites on replay. They tap into my phone to listen like we on three-way. It's tap into your aura, feel the energy like heat waves. Let's talk about it. Who you praying to? When you start to lose your mind, who is saving you? If you're moving through the time, what's the energy that's moving you? I wanna have the conversation. We always dropping gems back and forth like great debating. We making our own way, our own land, our own pavement. Just tuning out the spaceship. I like to wake up with the sun. Say my daily mantra, speaking cryptic, speaking tongues. Tell them what I'm after, we're the one and get it done. I feel my enemies around me. 7 deadly sins, they tryna trap and keep me bounded. I'm not staying around, I get my people, then I'm outie. Yeah.
Round table full of melanites. Crystal body gon' shine, I don't need the ice. D and me, you gon'
Greetings, y'all. Hey, greetings and welcome to season 4 of Let's Have the Conversation. Hey, we back, and we black melanite. Okay, sorry. I'm just so happy to see each and every person up on this panel. I love y'all. Just have to start out by saying that. I love y'all so much. Just wanted to say greetings to the committee. Gratitude. I know y'all do. You ain't even gotta say it. I already know. After everything, I know. But greetings to the committee. We've missed y'all. I know it's been a hot second since we seen y'all, but just know we back. All right. So you say you want to kick it off tonight with the our God experience. There we go. Couldn't think of the word. We wanted to kick it off with our experience of the Mestetic. So, who wants to start? Who would like to start? Who would like to just talk about their? Please go. Go for it, brother.
All right. I'll go ahead and go. The experience was phenomenal. When I tell you Lama Dama was doing a lot of work, she was doing a lot of work. It was like the power was jolting through your forehead. I don't really know how to make that sound any more like realistic for you. It was like vibrations from your forehead moving, like she was doing so much work. It was a lot of work. I love my experience. Definitely say everyone should go get you a ticket, get over there and do that. And yeah, I think it really helped me see things and helped me see how I shown up, even in other people's situations. Yeah, I adored it. Malika, do you want to go next?
Come on, Malika.
So I had a beautiful time. It was wonderful meeting with the cousins. It was amazing being with Sage. Stop it. It was wonderful being with my Let's Have the Conversation family and spending time with you all this weekend. The Mestetics always amaze me. There's never one that's the exact same as the other. It's always a different experience. I would have to say my favorite part is when Papa spoke on the situation that I'm experiencing with my family at the moment, what we're surviving through, and all of you gathered around me, and I didn't realize it because I was in tears and in Marshall's boobs. Um, I didn't realize it until I was looking back at the pictures and the footage, and it was so beautiful to see that family isn't always blood. I know we know that, but to see a true representation of that was so amazing for me. Within that moment, also realizing the individual that was holding my hand was Papa. That also brought me back to tears again because I didn't know who was holding my hand at that moment. The entire night is just amazing, and how everyone just snaps into work mode, especially when Mama calls it, and Mama was handling folk. Sleep. Everybody took a nap. Everybody took a necessary nap, and there was so much beauty that came from it within us as well. And I give gratitude to each and every one of you, um, because I wouldn't be me without you. I wouldn't be me without you. And so I love you so much. And I love you, friend. I love you, friend. One more thing. The last thing that I'm going to say about this is, you know what? Come back around to me at the end, because I'm
Can you
going to.
sing the song that should have played though, real quick? Murderer.
Oh, okay. So they played Barrington Levy because the moment was in regards to my dad, and there's a song that my dad loves that my brother and I did, and the song that everyone thought it was Murderer by Barrington Levy, but it was actually Buju's that we redid, which is Murderer, blood upon your shoulder, kill I today, you cannot kill I tomorrow. So once I was able to gather myself and get up out of Marshall's boobs, I was like, no, let me go play the right one. I love y'all, but that's the wrong song. But yeah, there's something I do want to say in reference to the world renowned Quatita Dean, the ancestral interpreter, but you can wrap back around to me at the end.
Will do. All right, Miss Marie, come on, bring it.
See, Malika finna have me up here in tears. And I just feel like it's just probably gonna be like, but it was an amazing experience because the power of all of us was displayed like never before. And I think for me, with this being something that I've never really attended before, it's like you really don't know what to expect. But I was so open minded because I love Papa's energy. Lama Dama came and she introduced herself to me and put me to work and to sleep a lot of times. But the power that we all had together as a unit, us just being there for one another, no matter what may have went on, we all made sure that each other was okay, and we did what we felt that we were led to do under the direction of these beautiful deities that even had the responsibility to trust us in those moments to catch the other person if they fail. I don't even think that we understood how powerful that was. Somebody was always there to catch somebody when they fall. And for me, the biggest message is if we were doing that in the asset of no one getting hurt for the physical, we can do that spiritually for one another. And it was just, it's so many takeaways from it, but to just be in the moment, and just to see everybody show so much strength and responsibility through spirit and through teachings of what Quatita brings us from the spirit. It was just a beautiful experience. I would definitely love to do it again, 1,000 times if I could.
Absolutely. Come on, Charming.
So I got to talk a little bit before, but just in regards to the panel being there, like Malika said, I was like looking at the pictures and I was like reflecting on how like in all the pictures, like we're all there and like one way or the other. Like even in one picture, like Malika's like all the way in the back, but I could still see her right in the middle of me and Lama Dama, but she's right there in the back. And then, you know, you can, for me, it's like I'm I love like friends, and I'm super like, oh, I just love my friends so much, and I don't express it, but I feel it, you know. And so to see it and to experience it in that moment and like in that environment is like, it's like I don't have anybody else in the world who I would be there with. Literally. Like I couldn't choose anybody because I wouldn't have anybody else to be there with. And so I am extremely grateful for not only you, but or you all on the panel, but all the cousins who were there, who I got to meet for the first time. Um, and so yeah, you know, seeing Lama Dama, hearing her, you know, we've talked about the eye contact, which is, you know, my big for me. It it is literally surreal. Like, you know, Katina tells us we live in a movie, and listen, we're in a movie. You know, that being there is a complete different dimension. Like you literally are in another portal. And for me, like in terms of healing, I didn't notice this, but so when I was at the Mestetic, my voice was fucked up. The next day, my voice was a little fucked up, and then I woke up the next day and it was fine. And so I didn't notice it until I was like, "Oh, did you notice my voice was normal again?" And so, you know, there's so much healing that takes place instantly. And you know, there's no believing. This is the proof of knowing. You know, you go and you know, you don't have to believe anything because you're there and you know that what you're seeing is what's happening. So, you know, get you a ticket, you know, and get you some healing and experience, you know, this as much as you can possibly do. So anyways.
Oh, Chaz. Oh, dang, y'all. I'm having a hard time. Okay, Chaz, come on.
Okay, so for me, this is my second one, and I'm gonna keep saying this. It was way better than my first experience, and I'm only saying that is because I can feel the elevation and everything, the power. Like I never seen either of you guys in person. It's none of the cousins that came out. You know, I never seen none of y'all in person. So for us to go through that together and just have each other backs as Mama Lama Dama come around, putting her hands on us, putting us to sleep, it was so much going on, so much emotions, but it was like good emotions, y'all. Like it was so powerful. Like I, I don't know how to even explain the energy times 10 when you touch somebody. Like it was like if we was transferring energy, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can't even describe the energy that I felt when I got touched, put to sleep. I can't describe it because it happened so quick. You know what I'm saying? It exhilarate your body. You don't even know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's instantly. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if y'all noticed, but a lot of times they tell us to wake up when they do that. They really wasn't saying that. It's like we immediately adjusted and got back up because we knew like something else was going on. Then we called that person, and that person called this person. Like it was so much unity going on, and like I listen. I was sad to leave, you know, because I miss y'all. That it felt like family there. Like it was it was fantastic, y'all. Like you if you can get a ticket, get you a ticket. You know, go. It was a I'm really speechless about it because you have to be there. You know, you have to be there. You have to be able to feel that energy. You're not gonna get it anywhere else. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And then just to be in the presence of ancient deities, y'all. Like I'm done. I'm done.
Okay, that's what's up. I'm gonna go, and then I'll leave it between Governess and Malika, because tying it back around and all that, I'm gonna leave that between you two. So I'm gonna go, and then y'all can do what y'all gonna do. Um, this is my first Mestetic, and it was just a beautiful experience. I can't speak for nobody else, but like when I think back on just the experience in general, I get weepy. I'm full of joy. I can't even lie to you. It was a beautiful experience for me, just all the way around. Um, to see the transition of Quatita, y'all, it's fascinating. You know what I'm saying? Some people might find it ooh scary. For me, it's fascinating, and I'm gonna tell you why. Cause see, let me tell you, Quatita herself would never straddle me, okay, in the healing process. But Mama Lama Dama, this is how I know she transfers into something totally different, to someone totally different, that she's not there. Because as long as I've been rocking with her, I know how she operates, y'all. And the things she was doing in this Mestetic, the way she was moving, the way she was so deep, so deep. But I'm gonna say this. Also, I want to say this. I was healed of my acid reflux. I have bad acid reflux, y'all. Since the day she laid her hands upon me, Malama Dama, I've been like straight, like for real. Um, I don't know if anybody else caught this, but there were a lot of intimate moments within that moment. I'm gonna give you an example. Aubrey and I had a very intimate moment within that moment. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if anybody else had anything like that, you know. But overall, it was a great experience. Overall, if you go, y'all, go to get some healing, go to get some renewing, go to get some, yeah, all that good stuff. Like I said, it was a beautiful experience for me. As I believe for everyone else. I really believe we all came out of this situation a lot closer to one another than before. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's deep. It's deep. And I just want to say this, for those of you that might be hesitant about coming because you might get called out, or yo dirt might be called out. I feel like honestly it's an unspoken rule. Whatever comes out in these Mestetics, it stays at the Mestetic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I honestly, like, because a lot of stuff came out about me and Aesthetic, y'all, and I don't think, I really don't feel in my heart and my soul like it's gonna be put out there like that, because I just feel like, again, it's an unspoken rule. If you there, you don't talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, I'm done. Glad you're back, Governess. I'm gonna pass it to you, Governess, so you can move this thing how you want to move it from here. Because I know Malika said she wanted to talk or wrap it up, but I didn't know if you want to talk with her or however that gonna work. Uh-oh. So I'm gonna say she's stuck. So I'm
Okay.
gonna say Malika,
I
take
don't
it
know if it's
away.
my
Oh,
service
no.
is going.
Oh, there you are. There you are.
Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
My service is going in and out. No problems at first. All of a sudden, it just started going in and out. So I don't know what's on. I'm having
Okay.
to monitor it on phone. Can
Okay.
you hear me?
We can hear you. You're choppy image wise, but thus far we can hear
I'm
you.
gonna just let Malika.
You cut out, so go ahead, take it away, Malika.
Okay, so what I wanted to say was, oop, mm, 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 mm,
Go
okay,
ahead and say
Go
what
so
you want to say because I
go
can't.
ahead. Yeah, your signal is crazy right now, Governess.
it's lagging.
Mm-hmm.
So what I was going to say was, and I'm sure you all will agree with me on this, the work that our friend, our mother, puts in, right? Watching her in action, watching her physical vessel in action, and knowing how much, like, listen, Lamadama hit a few little wines, like genie wine, and a few different ones. Could have even been a dirty wine in there somewhere. And I was letting Quatita know, like, I don't know how your body, how you're walking today, because I know when I've gone all out in that way, especially when I don't do it regularly, it hurts. I feel muscles I never knew I had. And then seeing as far as putting everything together, keeping everyone entertained, making sure that everyone is okay, making sure that everyone is taken care of throughout the entire visit, all of these things, that work that's put in. And cousin Jenny hit me up on Instagram, and she was like, I want to do something special for Quatita, but I don't know how we would do that, because she would have to know for us to reach out to the cousins to even be able to, to say anything. And I was like, I'm glad this happened yesterday, because I was like, I can't talk to her then, because I'm a teller. I'm a teller. And so I implore you all, if you don't have it, it is okay. However, I'm going to send mine right now. I implore you, and we again, this is Jenny's idea, and I thought it was beautiful because I was thinking, how can I give back to my friend? So, cousins, you see what's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Quatita ain't gonna tell you to send it unless she's, you know, not too happy in the moment and be like, I have to ask for what people aren't asking for. So let's not have her ask. Let's go to our Cash Apps, our PayPals, our Zelles. If you don't get paid till tomorrow, wait till tomorrow. But just within this weekend, if you could please send something forward to show your appreciation for the time that she takes to put together the classes, for the time that she takes to get to put together the information that she provides to us. Don't mind the puppies in the background. That all is a service. And I think a lot of people don't realize or recognize, yes, we have things for purchase, but the time that it takes, the days without sleep to put these things together, to put them in place, priceless. If you've seen my Instagram, you saw that priceless post. So let's make sure to pour that into her. In return, appreciation and gratitude and absolute reflection of what it is that she gives to us every day in everything she does. She eats, breathes, and sleeps us. Believe me in that. You know, outside of Spirit, Yehuda, the deities, we come next. And the babies, of course. We come next. So if you could please just do that for me, I implore you to. I love y'all so much. And that's all that I wanted to say. Gratitude.
Gratitude, Malika. I second
Gratitude,
that.
cousin
You know,
Jenny.
you
Sorry.
no, you're fine. You're fine. No worries. I second that, y'all. You know what I'm saying? This woman, she puts in a lot of time, energy, and effort into us, into the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you got it, give it. Simple. You know what I'm saying? If she's done anything for you, touch her life like she's touched yours. Boom, there it is. Um, are you frozen? Are you with us, governess? Do you have a okay signal? Can we hear you? You moving? I see you moving. Did you want to say anything? I mean, I saw what you put in the chat. You just gonna respond in the chat, but I was hoping maybe that the signal cleared up a little bit so you could give us a little something, something. No, no, that's too much like right. Of course. Okay, so we're gonna move right along. I don't. Oh, okay, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Wait. You can hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if you
Your
hear
picture's
me,
delayed. But we
I
can
show
hear you. Yes, ma'am.
gratitude. That was a surprise. Malika was to keep something to herself. She did not tell me. So I am so shocked. Always. Anything that is ever done for me, I appreciate it to life. That means a lot to me. And you know, I do it just because I love everyone. And I don't know what else to say, but I love y'all. I show gratitude. And don't make me cry. So
We love you.
just do something else.
We love you too. Quatita,
No,
we're
I
at
don't
the.
want to ugly cry.
Hold on. Like
No, don't ugly cry. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. So this is what I'm thinking. Oh, it's okay, Quatator. It's okay, governess. No, what I was gonna say was that since we're getting ready to hit the 30-minute mark, let's go ahead and take our first commercial, and then when we come back, we can start with our topics. How's that sound? Yeah, we're gonna be right back with a word from our sponsors, y'all. We delayed. Just be patient with us, y'all. Just be patient. It's all right. We got it. We got it. Ah.
They say do everything with attention. From my hands to yours. May you receive all the energy and everything you need it to be. Ashe.
Whoever said that everything that glitters isn't gold never met goddesses. When my mind and heart feel led astray, or even on a gloomy day, when negative energies come my way, return to sender with one spray. With intention, I will mist, ensuring protection, peace, and bliss. From the north, south, east, and west, Goddessence makes me feel my best. Goddessence Calming Protection Mist, available now at www.grandrising.com.
All right, y'all, and we back. Hey. All right, so I don't know what the first topic of the night wants to be, but okay, real quick. I'm wearing my Peace by Chaz, y'all. It's real cute. Look, the Mickey and the hook. I gotta advertise for my girl. Gotta advertise. Hey, okay. Anywho, rapper 6ix9ine, y'all. He get his ass beat all up in the gym bathroom like a $2 hoe. Okay, now I don't, I don't see. Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened, but all I know is that some fellas, some big fellas bigger than him, whooped his ass in the bathroom. Does anybody have the video? Otherwise, give me a second. I can try to find it.
I do have a
But yeah,
video, but I
you
also
do.
will say he was on the way to the sauna in the gym.
Okay, break it
Yes,
down, Jose. Come on.
yes, he was on the way to the sauna in the gym and was changing. It was a lot more to that story, but he was left vulnerable. You can see it.
Yo, this is Jump 6ix9ine, bro. Yo, homie, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm a fan, bro. Yo, I'm a fan. I'm a fan, bro. I know, I ain't joking, bro. I'm just saying. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yo, this is Jump 6ix9ine, bro. Yo.
Now, one thing I did not know while I was bleeping all that out, that he was saying, you know, in not Tigga, but the other word. I had no idea because it was bleeped. But now that I got to see it was a genome, he is saying the N word and definitely profusely saying it while beating him. And you can see that's another way that they're trying to program in a sense because it's the same thing. It's like George Floyd. It doesn't matter if he's a celebrity or not. Personally, it does not. It just still shows you how they think of you, how they see you in the world. It doesn't matter what kind of money he has, what stature, they still think below of us. And that is really sad to actually see. But there were some police called. It took a while for employment to actually figure out what was going on. And they were able to dispatch police. But I thought that was very interesting. It happened in South Florida, but he had no bodyguards or anything. But apparently he's been going occasionally. So what does the committee think? What does the poll?
So I'm wondering. I'm going left real quick. I'm sorry. I saw you, Malika, right after me. Jump in, please. Um, what if this was the powers that be said jump and he didn't say how high, and they sent these motherfuckers to beat his ass in public? Then what if, Malika?
I'm not even going to give them that excuse, Carbon. Because what I am noticing is that there are a lot of ignorant people walking around and showing their whole ignorant self. And it is quite frustrating to me. I'm going to tell you the part about this that frustrates me. You got jumped, people get jumped. You got in a fight, people get in fights. You've done a lot of stuff where karma is eventually going to show up. There's people that you have impacted in that manner as well, right? However, when I'm reading the comments, it's upset to me that individuals are celebrating this. This goes back to what we were talking about that night on the live when Quatita had everyone come up and kind of just have a conversation. I I don't understand why it is that we will celebrate and laugh at something that we know we do not want done to us. I don't understand in a community where we are so stuck on the idea of snitches get stitches, and we have ran him up and down the block making fun of him for the idea of snitches get stitches while you hide in your grandfather's molestation habits under the rug. Um, I don't understand how we can be so committed to that and then celebrate this when this was really a bitch move to me. You jumped him. You ain't even give
Fact,
him a one-on-one fade. Like, what kind of
fact.
man are you? I can't wrap my mind around that. I get if you went somewhere, and then for the fact that you used it, like, did he do something personal to you? Are you so invested in things outside of yourself? Are you so bored with your own existence that you have to pay attention to someone who doesn't even know that you exist? That's so sad to me, to be fighting someone and the person doesn't even know that you exist. That is weird, it is off, and it that's the part that has really been getting to me when reading through these comments. How dare us? How dare us? And I don't
Right.
hold any of the other communities accountable. I'm talking about us. How dare us
Mm.
show up in that way? There is so much to clean up, and this is the first part of it because why? Why would you ever think that this is funny? Why would you ever? That's all I have to say.
No, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. And see, I want to break down something because you said something very pertinent for me. That whole snitches get stitches thing. Let me tell you real quick. Let me just break that down for y'all real quick, just in case you don't know. When they say snitches get stitches, that means this. If me and Malika did some dirt together and I snitch on her, I get caught and I snitch on her. That's what that's for. That is not for the little boy that got shot down the street in the head innocently. That is not for the old woman that got beat up in the neighborhood. That is for if you did some shit with somebody, y'all both did a crime, somebody gets caught, okay, and somebody snitches on somebody else. That is what that is for, not for innocent people being fucked up in this bullshit ass system we're in. Leaving that at that. Excuse me.
Um,
Moving right along. Yes, ma'am.
um, my question is this ain't even our business. That wasn't a question. My question was gonna be is how do we know this is even our business? Like, first of all, him being innocent, I feel like is a very loose statement. Like Malika said, or I don't know, I think Malika said it. Somebody said it, I don't know. He has left a trail of drama and things behind in the industry with people who may actually be innocent. So my thing is this even our business? Like that's them over there. Like that's a non-melanite and a non-melanite, and that's how I feel about it. Like to me, he's our enemy. Like he's not on our team. That's how I feel about it.
Kind of
So
like
I
how
know
they
I
do,
don't know.
This
kind of
is
like how
why
they
I
do us
said
that the
straight to the
Negroes
comments,
take out the
Charmaine.
Negroes.
Sorry.
No, no, go for it. Go for it. We all commented. Go for it, Malik.
No, I was just saying this is exactly why I said what got my attention because people gonna fight. Y'all gonna do what you do. You have your fight, whatever. I mean, I'm not gonna say if I see two people going at it, I'm not gonna stop and be like, oh, what's that? What's happening? Oh, okay. But the comments, our reaction is what really had burned me because, like Charmin said, is this even our business? And if it is, why do we show up like that? Why would we show up like that? That shit ain't funny. Let it be your son. Because that same person, and I live in Florida, so that same person that is at that LA Fitness is going to continue to go to that LA Fitness. So just understand that that could be the LA Fitness that your child goes to, that your brother goes to, and these people are there and they get pissed off with them for some reason, and now they got them cornered up and kicking and beating on them and doing all of that, jumping them, nah. And then to do it on camera, anyway, yeah.
Facts, facts, Malika. Absolute facts. Anybody else want to touch on this?
I was gonna say something, but
Can you hear me first before I start?
Yes, go for it. After Governess Chaz.
You can hear me? I know I'm delayed. Okay. Real quick. I just was gonna say this. It's just felt like they were too big. If they were maybe his same, okay, I don't know, get off. If they were maybe his same size, it would have been maybe a fair, I don't know. They were towering over him. They were gargantuan, like they were huge. Excuse me, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was no fight. So it didn't even take two of them. Excuse me. And then they just want me to be quiet tonight. Okay, let me just. Okay. That's all.
Governess. Okay, come on, Chaz. We love you.
He said they just want me to be quiet tonight. What I was gonna say is somebody already addressed it in the comments. One of the cousins is like, "Where's the security?" You know what I'm saying? Usually, when you a celebrity like that, you have security. You know what I'm saying? Like
Especially, sorry.
Nah, I'm just saying, like, you go to the bathroom, you about to go to the bathroom, you know you moved the way that you moved. You know what I'm saying? We all know what you did. I don't care because it's not my business. You know what I'm saying? Hey, not my fucking business, like Troy was saying. Not my fucking problem. But if you moving like that, you would think you would have some security, and because you never know. You know, because you never know. And I just feel like them two dudes that did it, they some fucking bullies, and they soft because y'all too damn big to be jumping that little bit ass dude, regardless of what he did. And why wait so damn long? Y'all like they was
Okay.
playing, you know what I'm saying? They might was watching him the whole
I'm gonna
time.
go after you, Charmin, because I had something too that came to mind.
Okay. I just have a quick, like, another input. Royal mentioned in the comments, he basically said he has literally said Test is gangster. Like, he has literally threatened so many people on the internet and hid behind his bodyguards. So the question is really, like, really, where was his bodyguards? Like, you got caught slipping, where were your bodyguards? There's so many things to dig with, especially when you're somebody who shares money and is fake. So when you're somebody who got a mouth like you do, you
But
can't be
that's why I
caught
feel like
slipping. Anyways.
it's more to it. Just get caught slipping in the bathroom. I feel like it was more to it than just that. Come on, Jose.
I feel like it's one of those instances, you know how we see SWV and all of them, and they lose their money and stuff. I feel like he might be going through something like that, to where it looks like we're all questioning where's the bodyguards, but he doesn't have the finances for the bodyguards. So he is living a normal lifestyle, but we see him as a celebrity. He's seeing himself as right now a normal person because he's been outcast and he's did the dirt that he's done. But that's where my mind's going with it, and that's kind of how I'm seeing it. But I could be wrong. But that's what my hypothesis.
Phantom, I agree with you. I feel like it's another ritual. Come on, Aubrey.
I feel like, okay, I have listened. Y'all, listen, I am high as hell, okay? Listen, I am trying to get through it, okay? This is hard for me.
For entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, yes. Um, I honestly feel like that with this and with just how everything has happened with them even testing his gangster, I feel like nothing that everybody said makes it all can make sense that way. So basically your security guards could basically set you up. Is that what we get allegedly?
Or you can set yourself up.
I'm glad you said that, Trump, because we was talking about how he pranks and stuff like that, and yeah, he does do those things, y'all, too. So
Yeah,
Listen,
actually,
that kick in the ribs, y'all think that kick in the ribs was a setup? Did you
okay,
hear it
I
crack?
don't
okay.
think it was a
So
setup either,
yes,
Malika.
no, listen, you're right, Malika. But this is what made me combat that thought. My sister was telling me about I think it was I think it was a genome girl or something who got like, or one of y'all, somebody said it, I keep forgetting everything. Somebody basically beat themselves up, a genome girl beat themselves up in order to convince other people that she got jumped by a group of,
That's one of our stories tonight.
okay, see, that's okay. So let's roll into it. We don't got to roll into it, but let's talk about how she was willing to take that. So why wouldn't he, when he's been through a lot of other shit? So anyways, sorry.
I get that. I don't know. I'm just so frustrated because even the definition of gangster right now is I hear y'all refer to him and gangsterness. Like the gangsters I know, they don't talk about nothing that they do. Like,
Facts. Facts.
they move now. The ones that are around them that are like waiting at the end of dinner for them to pay for the check, or like waiting till they get to the city to go to a hotel because they can't afford the one that he's gonna stay in. Like the ones that the funny looking ones, the ones that dress up like gangsters. This is giving that. But
Actors.
gangster, this is not that on either side. They don't move like that in real life. I need people to know this because the internet is convincing people that this is like gangster behavior. Or no.
No,
No.
let me she's absolutely right, y'all. Look, I feel like I can talk my daddy, he's gone on to the other side with the ancestors. And let me tell you, they don't talk about what the fuck they do. They don't do that. They move, they do what they do, and they keep it pushing. And you don't want to be with them because the best way to keep a secret is only there's one person who knows it. Malika.
Because maybe they're probably trying to condition everybody to think that that's what gangster is.
Oh yeah, of course. But I'm just saying, the real ones, them old school ones that's still alive and know, and the ones that was those of us that was raised by
New
them,
school too. New
we
school too. Because
know
there's some new school ones. I got some that are close to me. There's some new school ones, and they move the same way. They move
because
this.
they was trained by some old school real shit. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put yourself on mute, baby. The next story is you.
You did that so smooth. Okay, so this is the story that why would I put Genome Girl Hammer as the anyway? Okay, so let's get to it. If it's gonna take me there, I hope they didn't take the post down. Here we go. So a a woman is sentenced to 8 years after beating her own face with a hammer and blaming it on an Asian grooming gang. So they've blurred her face out here, right? But I'm going to switch to it after I let you guys know what happened, and then you can give me your feedback. So, 22-year-old woman, and this is care of Hollywood Unlocked. 22-year-old woman named Eleanor Williams has been sentenced to 8.5 years in prison after she was caught lying about being beaten in the face with a hammer and blaming it on an Asian grooming gang. According to Daily Mail, Williams, a fantasist, was found guilty of lying about 3 men R-wording, trafficking, and abusing her. Williams' lies reportedly caused the men to attempt suicide. Because what happened is she posted about everything, her full story, on Facebook, and it got either 100,000 views or shares. So it went mini viral, and it really affected them. Now, her her claims were, and I don't mean to laugh. Her claims were eventually debunked by surveillance footage. Video pulled from a store called Tesco would show Williams purchasing a hammer that she later used to harm herself. She also bought a packet of pot noodles, which which she ate in a hotel during the same time she claimed to have been held captive by an Asian grooming gang. At her sentencing, Judge Robert Altham said that there was no explanation for her lies and that she showed no significant sign of remorse. So I'm gonna show you the footage. I'm gonna show you the footage. This is what she did to herself, and that is her at the store purchasing.
Malika.
Listen, she was trying to help and get that bad so she could beat her ass. She wanted to
Baby,
beat the shit out of her own.
it sounded like she watched the thin line between love and hate and the reading all in one night, and God was like, I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm wondering though how many women across the board have done things like this to spite someone or create a situation in their own toxicity. Look, wait, what you doing? Oh, you want to say something, please?
I put an apple in a sock and beat my ass and sent my stepmom to jail for 2 years.
I remember that story.
I do
I do
too.
remember you
I
telling that
do too.
story.
I had good reason. I had good reason. I had good reason.
Okay, so that
She
one don't
was
count.
hella
That one don't
mad.
count. That
Different
one don't count.
circumstances, different circumstances. Exactly.
That's
Circumstances
like
is
my
everything.
name. That's like Malika meaning queen. We just not even gonna pay attention to that. That one doesn't count. I get to be queen, y'all. I get to be best prostitute you ever met in your life. Um, but I'm just, I'm just. This is why we can't get nothing done, y'all.
You and these damn one-liners, damn it, shit.
Sneaking them in there. But when you think about it, how many men have been prosecuted? How many women for men that act in this manner have been prosecuted, arrested, jailed, maybe sitting in jail right now based on she beat herself with a hammer? And now that I'm seeing her bruises again, Charming, I might be
Wait a
with
minute.
you on the
Shout
6ix9ine
shout
situation.
out to Hollywood Unlocked too.
Jason,
Shout
hey,
out
we,
to
you know,
Hollywood Unlocked. That's where we get a lot of our.
We heard you. Facts.
I just wanted to say, Malika, in the job force, they do that a lot. Like, even when it comes to sexual assault things, no one's really doing to certain things to certain people, but for them to get a quick buck, they will proclaim something like that and have you going all these lengths. It happens all the time. Maybe not in that length, but it does happen a lot more than we often think because we've seen in our own history as well. You could just be Emmett Till and nothing ever happened. And you see how delusional they are and how cuckoo kazoo they'll go just to make sure it goes their way, even if it's financially or substantially, just to get themselves up and up in like the economy. But she went too far. And then I guess the noodles were supposed to signify that they came in, were eating noodles, and then decided they were going to Kung Pao chicken that ass. I don't know if she was on some weird Kung Fu Panda shit, but she had a master plan when she bought it. And she didn't buy the right type of foods either. Like your evidence was all thrown off. I'm so confused on where you were going with it. You thought they just were going to do a box thing, a bowl of noodles. Girl, you couldn't go to the Thailand store and get you some shit like that. What's going on? You fucked up. You ain't getting that money. You beat yourself.
You with this goddamn on compound chicken and okay. I love you, Jose. You are hysterical, sir. Mm-mm-mm. Anywho, anybody else want to touch on this subject? Mm-mm-mm.
I'm just going to say this
Yes,
real
ma'am.
quick. This reminds me of what I watched yesterday. If y'all have not seen the show called Swarm, watch that shit. It is going to blow your mind. I watched the whole
Where
thing
is
from A to Z yesterday. It is loosely and very, very much based on Beyonce and a real case that took place with the Beehive and one of her fanatics. Gotta watch it. It remind you of right now the links that people go to just be seen and get attention. It was a great
Wh-
show.
where was
now
it?
I'm
What
not Beyonce. Oh,
network?
sorry, go ahead.
I know. I just want to know what network.
I think it's Amazon Prime.
Okay.
So I'm not Beyonce, but now that you say that, governance, I remember in my Beyonce days when I used to before the soft singing and the old, yeah, when I was doing the dance hall stuff and twerking before Megan knew she had knees. Um, there was a security I went to go perform at a club. Quick story time, y'all. Quick story time, just to show you how crazy people are. Because we talked about the females, so let's talk about the men really quick. So I went to perform at a club in downtown Orlando. I think it was called the Blue Room or something at that time. And it was New Year's. I had my cute little outfit on. My brother had performed. I was on stage. So there was the security guy and the whole shirt and all of that. And he walked us to the stage and he was with us the whole night. They let us know he was going to take care of us. I always, because men used to try to jump up on stage and dance with me, and then my cousins would fight them or want to fight them afterwards. So my brother, everybody rush in. So I would just dance. If I was going to dance on stage, when I start whining and moving back, I would dance for security. So I found out that he had went to my cousin who was with me and asked her for my contact information, let her know that I wanted his contact information for further events for security. And she was like, "No, you're gonna have to get that from her." Gratitude. Um, then I ended up giving him one of my business cards and I said, "I appreciate you for taking care of us." Now, this is when I learned you don't put your personal number on your business cards. You just, put another way to contact you. This man must have called me 60 something times between that night and the next day and had a whole conversation with himself on my voicemail as if I was talking to him. He was like, "Oh, I know, his name is Drew. He's a big Caribbean artist now, but he used to be in a group." He was like, "I know Drew, I know Footwork, I know Atiba. Yeah, I know the Dapper." Now Atiba is my brother, y'all. Like, "I know Atiba, and you talking to me like this?" I never answered my phone. "You talking to me like this? Oh, you just gonna disrespect me? You tell me to call you back and now you not answering." Boop. Next message. "Oh, so that's how you feel now? Oh, okay, I get it. So you say you want to meet up, but then you just don't show up? Oh, okay." Now, some of those individuals that I was talking about before had went out with me one night a few months later. I had listened to those voicemails so many times that I heard somebody say my name as I was I think we were holding the Lil Wayne concert. It was Lil Wayne, Khaled, and my cousin had put it together. And we were walking in and I heard Malika and I knew the voice. But I was with those cousins that are the ones that move in silence. And the next thing I knew, he was in the shadows. And I was inside the building and he never messed with me again. They're crazy. People, and then when we called the club said they don't have security there that wears security shirts. That's the kicker. So this was some random that bought a security shirt and came just to walk in with me and pretend to be security all night.
Malika,
Insane.
story, but I was in the background of a story like that. That is some crazy shit. I had befriended somebody on Twitter going to a Kehlani concert and just being friends. Never knew that we were actually friends because I'm like, I just follow everybody. I don't know. But we were talking to each other and commenting. Who knew we would be in the same place at the same damn time? I met her in real time. Didn't realize it, didn't think of it. We had made it to the front row and everything is going in. She's getting pulled, moved, swarmed over. Come to find out, she was meeting Kehlani at every damn location she was at, even her hotel room. Every picture I commented on got deleted because I was actually next to this girl, which looks like I was affiliated with her, but I wasn't. And it was some fucked up shit because she was going to extreme lengths to actually get up there on stage, get close to her, be in every vicinity. She was following the damn tour bus. Those kind of people are for real, and it's so scary. It is so scary.
No, you're not lying. These celebrities, they have stalkers. I mean, it's some sick shit, y'all. Y'all gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Did anybody else want to touch on this subject before we toss it over to Charming? No? Okay, Charming, come on, break it down. To catch a predator.
Okay, this is just like a fun fact that I think y'all should know, because of course they're not going to tell us, but it's obviously confirmation. So some of you might have seen it, like some of the cousins might have seen it just like on TikTok or something. But do you guys remember the show To Catch a Predator? Okay, it got canceled in 2008, and it got canceled for a very particular reason. So in 2008, so if you guys don't know what To Catch a Predator is, because there could be some young people, it's when they have a task force that basically pretends to be a certain age child, who is in contact with a person who is obviously a predator, who has ill intentions and who is trying to meet them in a private place, just the minor and this adult. A camera crew comes in, and then I don't remember. I'm not sure, but I believe that like the cops will come and they'll like try to arrest them and like all this stuff. Like I'm not sure if in everyone they do that or if like some of them is like just like an intervention. I don't really remember, but in this particular one, the cops had came to to this I don't know, intervention. And this was in Rockwell County, Texas, and it had happened to be perfect. It had happened to be the Texas Assistant District Attorney Louis Conrad. They attempted to serve him a search warrant, and he because he had been caught talking and exchanging pictures with the volunteer that posed as a 13-year-old boy, and he shot himself as the police and the NBC crew entered his home, and it was captured by the NBC or by the filming crew. Um, so his estate like sued Dateline and all different types of stuff, and then ended up settling. But yeah, fun fact on why this popular show ended abruptly, and basically it's confirmation and proof of everything we've always talked about, and how these people are in every inch of the web of the system. Anybody?
Come on, governess. I see that
I
finger
just
up.
want to
It's stuck.
know
So I know you want to.
how can
There you go.
how can I molest a child? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Can I?
ma'am.
How can I get ready to molest and say, "How dare you catch me? Let me kill myself," and because I killed myself or attempted to unalive myself, then my family come back and sue you because how dare you catch me and put me on blast? The fuck are you talking about?
Right.
That
Right.
don't make no sense.
No, real talk. It don't.
Bitch, how dare you
It
catch
don't.
me almost being a pedophile?
Mm-hmm. 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 But it almost it's like another case. I can't remember exactly what that we talked about on the last show where Ob saying, "Go ahead and give me the death penalty so I can go in and reincarnate." Kind of feels like that. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what that feel like to me. Like, okay, I fucked up. Okay, game over. Reset. Next avatar. Pick it up.
It's the fact that we don't, like Charmin was saying, we don't hear about this. Like, they keep it under wraps. I just watched a true crime. um, I don't remember the name of the channel. It's on YouTube, and she's very popular. And she used to work for NBC as well. She's a broadcaster, but now she has her YouTube series and her podcast. And she had an ex coworker, and she was saying the same thing. She said there's not enough coverage, and she doesn't understand why they're hiding these people. Because you know how like they'll do the news on NBC, and then they'll throw it over to the doctor who will tell you like what medication you shouldn't be taking. The doctor's name is Bruce Hansel, and supposedly he had a homeboy and homegirl of somebody he linked up with, and asked the was supposed to get an acting job. We already know trouble's coming for their 9-year-old daughter. He somehow exchanges contacts with her and sends her requests for nude photos. Directly asks a 9-year-old to send him naughty photos, nude photos. She sent him pictures of her in her karate outfit, and like her doing like children's things because she didn't understand what is he. She probably just ignored that word and was like, oh, he wants photos. And then he came back and said, no, I need you to put this on and take a photo and send it to me. I'm trying to help you type of energy. I can make your dreams come true type of energy. Get this, at the court case, the dad forgave him and gave him a hug.
What?
This is where I'm saying, and you
Well,
don't hear about these things, and it's like the way that they hide it. So gratitude, Charming, for bringing that to the table and letting us know about that, because I used to watch that show all the time, and I ain't never seen that go viral. Absolutely.
Yeah, at all.
Gratitude, Sandy.
It happened in 2006. I don't know if I said that, but I just thought it was interesting because this is the CBS article that came out, or NBC article that came out in 2006. And this is the title. The title is Texas prosecutor kills himself after sexting. Nothing specific about what kind. They go on to say that next, but you know how they do with their words of their where they tell you they secretly accept it.
Right, right.
But it only made it sound true about how the political people deal in sex trafficking with children. It only
Mm,
proved that. I mean, all of the things that we have been learning about when it comes to politics and how they are allegedly doing these things to these children, it showed you in real time.
Absolutely.
He saw an opportunity and he seized it very quickly to support his habit, just like a person with crack cocaine. If they see it, they gotta have it. Period. And it's
Hmm.
it's it's sad to say that you're looking at a 38-year-old, 42-year-old, maybe even 50-year-old male attracted to a 9-year-old child. Let alone you have a wife and it is a boy, a little boy that you're attracted to. Wow. Okay, let me go
Hmm.
back on mute.
The laws support them though, Aubrey. When I look at it, because even the gentleman that I was speaking about, they extend like the correspondent, and it's interesting, Charming, that you said NBC because that's who they worked for. And she said they were
Mhm.
the only one that were speaking up against him, and that's why she's speaking on it. And she continues to speak on it whenever she goes on daytime television. But the laws, they don't protect us, but they protect them. And that's how you know definitely that they all have their hands in it, Aubrey. I don't
Mhm.
know if you guys have seen that new series on, or I don't know if it's new, but it's a series on Netflix with the gentleman that helps women who are having issues with getting pregnant. He works with them in order to make their dreams come true so that they can be mothers, right? And did you see it, Charming? And he was impregnating them with his sperm and not their spouse's
Oh
sperm.
I saw
yes.
that. I
And
saw
so
that.
the one young lady, she did her DNA, and then all of a sudden she start getting a whole bunch of pop-ups of close relatives, which she found out are siblings. And even he was protected. He did not get, I think he ended up getting probation also, or something like something real lenient and a $500 fine. And there were so, like, I'm talking about children, y'all. He ran through, and it's a little tiny town. He ran through that town, and people were still defending him. The
Mhm.
politicians were still defending him. The same with the little genome boy that killed Mallory in the other Netflix episode. His daddy is now in jail for killing all of them. Him, the son, the wife, everybody, and they were protected because they were the law. They were the only lawyers in that area that were high ranking. Like, we see this all the time, and it's so disgusting because they engage in the most vile acts and then turn around and have the nerve to say something about individuals who have been conditioned away from themselves and have to grow in certain dynamics that we would never be given the privilege to. How dare you? The law supports you, sir. That's the only reason you ain't behind the same exact cell. Ugh. Ugh.
No, absolute facts. Absolute facts, Malika. Um, if nobody else wants to touch on this, we need to go on and take a commercial break from a word from our sponsors. And when we come back, we'll have a lot more show for you.
Powerful, captivating, indulgent, riveting.
You hear the rumble of the earth.
High Council, Affirmation, Oracle, and Tarot Deck. Available for pre-sale now only on www.awalkwiththeancestors.
All right, y'all. We back. We back. We back. Okay. So
Let
we're gonna move
me,
on.
Carbon.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Say
ma'am.
announce that we do have more sponsorship slots available. So I want to say that fairly quickly. We have more sponsorship spots available. Reach out to me via a magic walk at gmail.com. I'll put that up for you really quickly just so you can see it. Also, hold on, I ain't got my glasses. Let me make sure I got it up here. Also, we're going to be doing a 10-day vegan challenge because the bitch thing got fat and I need to get some of this weight off. And we're going to have an option where you can throw in the pescatarian option as well. We just want to get some of this weight off. We want to be as healthy as possible. We can't call it seafood because the seas are not food. Okay. But pescatarian. Also, we are preparing and ramping up for the North Carolina Mestetic. I am currently searching for a venue. Um, really wanting to rotate doing readings and Mestetics, but hey, the Mestetics are calling me right now. So we're ramping up for North Carolina Mestetic. It is not up for sale yet. It will be as soon as I locate a proper venue. I was searching today, not really seeing what I want to see. So I'm looking though. So stay tuned for those tickets, okay? Sponsorship slots, North Carolina, the Vegan Challenge, as well as make sure that you're patronizing all of our sponsors that we have. The Melamart is still underway. We're going to be getting that off and jumping. And now we are going to turn the floor over to Carbon for salt.
Okay, y'all. So we love our salt. We love Lawry's and all that. You know what I'm saying? But with that said, so this is going back to teachings of governance and spirit and soul and spirit. Um I want to play this little clip. Let me find it real quick and then we can jump into it. It's basically I want it to be salt has not. Okay, yeah, y'all read that. But anyway, I wanted us to discuss this real quick after I play this. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Slavery and the ability to fly have in common? It's Black History Month, so let's talk about African American folklore. Now, in African American folklore, it was believed that Africans, for thousands of years, had a magical ability that let them fly. And it's believed one of the reasons they were put in chains wasn't because they were scared of running away, it was because the white man was scared they would fly away. If you think that's silly, there's multiple first-hand accounts all over the South of Black people flying away. If you're African American or you've read about African American folklore, you're going to find the flying motif is pretty common. But what does that have to do with food? See, around the world, there are things that we all have in common, even though we've never met each other. Like every culture creates dragons, we all have witches, and we all agree salt is anti-magic. Serious, literally every culture believes that salt is anti-magic. Which is why you might put salt in front of your door, or we believe that salt circles will protect you from demons. And if salt is anti-magic, guess what happens when you consume an anti-magic material? And so the legend goes that white people knew they could fly, and so they would start feeding them salt to get rid of those magic capabilities. When it came to their food and what they consumed, they wanted to put a lot of seasonings because they didn't want to put any salt. That's right, there's a whole side of slavery that involves folklore and magic. Hope you enjoyed the video, everyone. Everything I talked about is in this book, African American Folklore. So yeah, so basically, genomes knew. What's up, Malika?
What was the name of the book that he said?
Oh, I'm so sorry. He
No,
said,
it's okay.
Come on, little phone that could. Y'all, I'm
Is that
upgrading
post
my
on your
phone.
page?
Happy Magical Day, everyone, and happy Black History Month. No, it is not. But what I can do is I will send it to you right now as we speak.
Gratitude. Gratitude.
Not a problem. Not a problem. But yeah, y'all, this is a panel discussion. You know, so basically he was saying once upon a time we seasoned our food, of course, herbs, spices, things like that, but we didn't use salt. It was introduced to us, yada yada yada. So come on, y'all, let's talk about it. Because we're magical beings. What's up?
I actually can understand how that makes sense. Honestly, I can. Because when you think about it, they use those two things, salt and sugar, for us. Those are two things that are not naturally for our bodies. We are using two things that are creating diabetes, and is the other one high cholesterol? I think it is. I'm not sure
Okay.
what salt does, but it's basically those kind of things are the things that help prevent you from being in your wellness, prevent you from being like healthy. Those two substances. I understand that video you played though. It makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense because if we
The
add salt in our system, that means we're breaking ourselves down magically, and it confines us to not get ourselves back up to the frequency we need to be at.
Okay.
That's what I'm headed
Yeah.
though.
Salt. The salt is the high blood pressure. That whole
Oh,
hypertension thing.
okay, high blood
Yeah,
pressure.
yeah, yeah.
I knew it was high something.
The high something, right? Right. No, I get you. I get you. Anybody else want to touch on it? Y'all, give me a second. I'm gonna find out the name of the book. The cousins is asking. The committee is asking what the name of the book is. So give me a second. Anybody else want to touch on this?
Mm.
Come on, John. Come on, baby.
So I mentioned it earlier, but I gotta say it again here. So I thought that was really interesting because okay, so I looked it up. So the process I was talking about is literally osmosis. So in biology, you have a process called osmosis. So this is related to as above, so below, where whatever happens in the physical happens in the spirit realm, and vice versa. So in osmosis, you have, it says, movement of water molecules from a solution with a high concentration of water. So, like a sponge, okay, it has hella water in it. We're going to keep it simple, a sponge. And basically, the osmosis happens if you were to put a sponge next to it and it would like put pressure on it. The dry sponge with lower concentration of water would transfer over and it would equal out. So salt stops that process. Salt stops, it's a preservative, so it retains water. So I feel like it's so interesting that we're talking about salt and how salt retains water and how salt stops our spirits from being able to transcend to our own will, because water is um is a version of spirit. Water, we're made of water. Our bodies are made of water, 70% or something like that. So it sounds to me like that process that salt does, where it stops osmosis, is similar to what it does to what he's describing it could do to that ability, that spiritual ability. It stops us from being able to transfer over at will, and it preserves us in here. So yes. I also, before I move on, sorry, there's one more thing. Salt is originally made from water. So when you get salt from the sea, like some of the best salt to consume, well, at least that's what they say. I don't know. We're talking about this. I don't know if that rule is for all salts, or if it's for man-made salt that is lacking in minerals and stuff like that. My question is do we have is there sea salt that has been sitting for thousands and thousands of years, that has gained minerals and stuff? Does that do the same thing? Does that have the same process? Or is it, like I said, table salt? You know,
Right.
so
Right.
that's my question.
Absolutely. Absolutely. For those who are asking, the name of that book, it's called African American Folklore by Tatarian Gates. African American Folklore by Tatarian Gates. All right.
I just wanted to say real quick that it amazes me how many of these underhanded things are done. Like, speaking of the vegan challenge, the last time that we did, the first time we did the vegan challenge, I remember being so shocked to find out that white sugar was not vegan because they use cattle bone to process the sugar.
Yes, it's
Wow.
bone char is
Bone
what it's
char.
called. hmm
Like, there's so,
Gelatin is not vegan either. They
Oh yeah,
use bone
because it's
char.
pig,
Yeah.
right? Because it's pork, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they use, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah, there's a lot of things y'all think might be vegan or whatever the case may be, and it's not. It's really not. You got to do your homework, y'all. You got to do your homework.
This, I got
Okay.
the sugar plug. Like I know a good brand if y'all want to know the name of it. I'm just saying.
Ooh, please share.
It says on there no bone char, so I gotta trust them. I don't know. It ain't white, but I like that. So let me know. I'll type it in the
she
comments.
she came in like she had the good dope. I know where to get that good shit.
I'm not
Yeah,
about to play with
yeah.
you.
Okay, okay, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, woman uses DNA left around to create what? Sculptures. Come on, Malika.
Okay, let me play this for you.
Artist named Heather Dewey creates 3D printed sculptures of people using DNA that they leave behind on items like cigarette butts, gum, and hair follicles. And part of her goal is to get people to really think about the implications and the future of privacy. So she creates perfectly rendered facial structures, faces, human faces, using DNA samples that she finds on the street. The data she collects is then tested for genetic variations that reveal a person's gender, ethnicity, eye color, and even facial structure. She uses the same type of polymerase chain reaction, which is the same process that forensic scientists use to find a match between a suspect, a weapon, and a crime scene. She amplifies specific regions of the genome that are associated with physical characteristics like hair color and facial structure. The amplified DNA is then sequenced to determine the individual's genetic information. The information is then used to create plastic 3D printed models of the person's face that are then showcased in her art installations. What is interesting is the fact that reading DNA is a highly subjective science, which I didn't know about. Like, I thought that it would be like this precise, exact thing. Like, if they have your DNA, then they can clone you. Perfect one-to-one clone. But it's not the case at all. The gene commonly associated with blue eyes.
I'm gonna let y'all say what you think first.
Okay.
Me,
I feel. Oh, are you done, Malika?
Yes, I was just saying, go ahead, friend, with the
Oh.
go ahead. Okay, sorry.
I feel like this is like how they teach you how Scientology is, and you get into a little different field and see how that breaks down in a sense. You hear him saying forensic science, Scientology. You also hear him trying to throw you off with. It makes you think of cloning. It is cloning because how are you getting down to the nitty gritty of what you're looking for? So that was very like aha moment for me. You go ahead, Aubrey.
No, if you wasn't finished, I just thought about
I'm
something.
finished. You're good.
But I'm thinking about Face Off. What is that movie where that man had drilled his face off? Y'all know what I'm talking about. It was an older movie where he took his face off and put it on the man that. Okay, so he
Uh,
took that man's
Nicolas
face.
Cage and John Travolta. I know exactly
Yes.
what you're talking about.
Why am I thinking
Yep, yep.
about that? Because if they're copying DNA to be just as well as that looks through a machine, you can become that. And then y'all have to look at how like well they do the makeup now, to where when you're doing like the movies and they're making people look like different stuff. Like, I am blown away actually right now.
yeah.
They just made a whole face, girl. What?
I'm confused, and I'm not a scientific person. Reason why I'm confused is because how the fuck can I chew some gum, give you the gum, and you figure out what the fuck I look like? I can understand you being able to tell my
Right.
DNA. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? My genetic structure, but the way I
hmm
look, kiss my ass with that. I don't believe that
I was
shit. I'm
thinking, I
sorry.
was thinking the
Never
same
did.
thing. Like it was really like everybody in the comments are saying like they need to say she's a scientist and not an artist because they really trying to paint like a little cute little picture. Oh, this lady's an artist. It's a magical thing. She can make your face. No, what the fuck are y'all really doing? If y'all doing really anything at all, because it's not just from no little piece of DNA. Like they're trying to make it sound cute and easy, and it ain't just from that. Like they have a whole system, a whole program. They have a whole everything. With not only that, they probably have multiple pieces of someone's DNA in a file, so they just put it all together or some shit like that. I don't know, but it's suspicious.
like they did the COVID allegedly. Ooh.
So, Chaz, did you wanted to say something too, Chaz?
Yeah, Truman pretty much touched on it. I was just about to say, like, how do you take a piece of gum? Governor said the same thing, and then all of a sudden, my thing is like, are you taking more than one strand of DNA from each and everything, and then creating some? Because it's like it's the story. The story is not mathing. You know what I'm saying? It's like they trying to say this lady is doing that. Just say that y'all got these cloning facilities, and this is what y'all doing. We know that's exactly what y'all doing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's right up there with on the History Channel where they be finding the bones and they reconstruct the bones, and then by the time they reconstruct all the bones, you know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be this motherfucker that lived a long time ago.
It's
They done
badass.
did muscle tissue, skin color, and everything else. I understand. I get exactly what you're talking about. It makes
Now,
no
I
sense.
Now, I will say that I've seen a lot of cases where they have found Jane Does and John Does using this same science. And I do feel it's necessary for that. And the woman that I saw that did it, they did the same thing. They used DNA. It wasn't enough of the body to figure out who the, like, to see who the person was. And they used the DNA, whatever the process is, they were able to recreate her face. This woman makes sculptures, but she also did say that it was a spiritual connection that she had as well that guided her in how to form certain parts of the face, because it will not give you like an exact match, whatever the science is. But they were able to find the family of this baby girl in the show that I had watched. This was years ago. I don't even remember what it's called. But they were able to find the young Melanite girl who was murdered and left out in the woods somewhere, and she recreated her face. And they've done it time and time again. So I feel like, all science, and y'all know I'm an AI. I look, for a good tech experience, I give my all. Um, but I think that there's good parts and bad parts. And the fact that she's doing this again under the guise of art is troubling to me. The fact that these individuals that you're taking this DNA from, who are they? Are you paying them for use of their image? Or like, there's so many parts of that that just feel so wrong to me. And then you're putting their faces up on the wall. Ma'am, I don't know what kind of energy you have within you and who you have coming in to view my face up on the wall, especially how y'all like putting deer heads and buffaloes and stuff and flying out to Africa just to kill a giraffe because it's a melanite. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't pick my gum up or anything that I put my lips on and try to remake me.
That
It
part.
Oh,
reminds me of Minority Report. That's the only thing I want to say.
and what
Um,
I allow.
I,
Oh, go ahead, goodness.
go ahead, Carbon. No. Go ahead.
No, no, just real quick. All I was gonna say was, is this is there is a difference between DNA testing for like baby daddy, baby mama, and there's a different testing between like ancestral. For them to do what they're talking about, they're doing as far as DNA, they would have to dig up people's ancestors to compare, to draw to for her to be able to come up with a real construct of that DNA. She can't do it the way she's talking about, y'all. I'm done. Governess, please.
No, that's kind of what I was going to say because, like, I'm Choctaw Indian, and I know that you can, like, okay, Quatita's Choctaw Indian, the blood is Choctaw Indian, so this is what Choctaw Indians looked like at a period of time where you can reconstruct, and it probably won't look like me, but I'm just trying to make my brain understand that even inside of that, we talked about that before, like even saying, oh, we're going to test Quatita's blood and we're going to be able to tell that she is genome Indian, Arabic, what the fuck ever, right? But you have to, it seems like you would have to have like samples, and maybe they do have samples to compare it to, because it doesn't register in my mind. Also, I saw the lady that said was giving a breakdown of vegans and what that means. We kind of do the vegan challenge a lot. So a lot of us are kind of aware of what that is, but if you have any questions, just Google what vegans are and choose which way that you would want to participate in the challenge. Gratitude. And
Absolutely.
it
Come on,
doesn't
Jose.
start till April
Oh,
1st.
okay. Okay. Cool. Jose.
Okay. And after me, Aubrey, I saw you. Uh, Basically, it makes me think of how our everyday lives are. Like, I forget who said it up here, but How long have they been watching you? How long have you been seeing what I'm consuming, what I'm eating, what I'm drinking? It makes you want to monitor what you do more so. Like you never know who's watching. When they say Big Brother is watching, I'm just taking my trash out to the trash can, but you never know who's in that trash. Like, I gotta reconstruct you. I gotta get this. I just need this. I need to put this little piece together. You think, oh, a little piece of this got on my recycle. They know a little bit of that mouth was on that part. I mean, you just don't know where you're walking around. She is a scientist, and she is a very genius scientist if that's how she's moving. And if that's how she's planning on how she wants to do her art and whatnot, it just makes you think of every day you never know who's watching you. You never know who's actually trying to calculate you, who really knows who the fuck you are. While you think you're just la 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 la, you're having a regular experience while somebody knows, bitch, I'm going to monitor your experience and monitor you as well. But you can go ahead, Aubrey, I'm done.
No, you good? You got everything? Okay. I just thought about ancestry, like when they're pulling the DNA from it now willingly, how we're like, how are they getting all of these samples? How are y'all able to detect who is in our bloodlines if we're not willingly giving it to you through you telling us how to actually give it to you so that you know that we're doing it right? I don't know. That's just my thought about it because I'm like, maybe not. Go
I'm
ahead.
about to answer your Aubrey. I'm about to answer your question.
What?
Ancestry.com, whatever the ones that are out
Yeah.
there on the boxes somewhere, it says for entertainment purposes only. They're
Oh,
telling you it's
really?
bullshit. But people don't read the box. People don't read they don't read that shit so they don't see it. It says it on the box. Entertainment purposes. Oh, they are telling you what you want to hear, people. You want to be Nigeria?
Malika,
Motherfucker, you
move your
Nigeria.
shoulder.
That's what that shit is. In order for them to test your DNA, they would need to go dig up grandmama, granddaddy, and all of them and run some DNA tests that way. That's the only way they can do it. And they're not doing that, y'all. Just saying.
I have been bamboozled.
Okay. What about when people go to these blood banks and these plasma centers? Is that giving them consent to do those things? Basically, that's what that is.
I feel
That's
like it is.
that's
Yeah, because once you give up your plasma or your blood and you signed the paperwork, who knows?
that's another for entertainment purposes only, y'all.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's deep. It's deep, y'all. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, well, before we move on to the next subject matter, we're just going to take our last break for the evening. A word from our sponsors, y'all. We love our sponsors. Yes, we do.
They say do everything with attention. From my hands to yours, may you receive.
Whoever said that everything that glitters isn't gold, never met goddesses. When my mind and heart feel led astray, or even on a gloomy day, when negative energies come my way, return to sender with one spray. With intention, I will mist, ensuring protection, peace, and bliss. From the north, south, east, and west, Goddessence makes me feel my best. Goddessence Calming Protection Mist, available now at www.grandrising.com.
I'm sorry, my Malika.
Oh,
Okay, okay, okay. I'm done. I'm done. I love you, Malika. I love you, baby. Let me tell you something. Malika is the commercial queen. If y'all don't know, Malika's the commercial queen. Her and Roby cranking them out, honey, like it is clockwork. I'm just saying. Okay. I want to be like Malika. And then when I grow the fuck up and I get my shit out, yes, I want to be just like that when I grow up. I'm just saying. Anywho.
Gratitude. But listen, when we get, let me tell you what, I'm gonna get on these looms. I keep promising them it's gonna happen. I just need to get the rest of the giveaways. You remember the giveaways? I'm still getting
Mm,
those out. Once I get that completed, I'm gonna work on the looms because when Mela University hits, and I'm just speaking it into existence, when that comes to play, I want to be able to hand that over to Quatita so that she has those looms that she can put in one course for social media marketing and content creation. Just make sure that you stay tuned in, hit them notifications for all the new people in the building. Greetings. We love you. Welcome. We appreciate you being here. Turn your notifications on. Make sure you hit subscribe because Mela University is about to be everything.
and period. Facts. All right, Chaz, it's on you, mama. Young and May. What's going on with young and May? Oh, damn. That's a lot. She look like she got jaundice and everything. Okay, I'm sorry. Come on, Chaz.
So apparently she's supposed to have like several health conditions that's been going on over the past couple of years. Maybe this is why she hasn't been rapping, but I don't know. I heard a couple of songs and she looked like she's fine. But my thing is I looking at her, they're trying to blame it on illness. I think she been snatched, y'all. I think she's got, I'm sorry. It's giving God. I'm trying to see her inside of all that, but I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I don't see it. I don't see her. The eyes is yellow when they look like they don't even look human. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't it no.
So I've seen pictures of her, and this is not to negate what you're saying because I feel like it does matter. But I seen people talking about it on Twitter, and they were saying how it looks a lot like when I don't know what the condition is called or what it's called if it has a name, but when basically you just drink too much and your liver shuts down, and that's what
Alcoholic.
they were basically. Well, no, like once it's past that, like once it's affecting your physical body, yes. But I mean, like I don't know if it's like I don't know if some people were saying like maybe lupus, but other people were saying that it looks like alcohol has overtaken her body. But I think it's interesting to say that alcohol is also called spirits. So
I feel like that's the order of confusion right there. You know what
Cirrhosis. I'm sorry. Cirrhosis.
But have we all forgot she was pregnant? Like, where has that gone? Has no
pregnant.
one remembered she was pregnant?
Mm,
And maybe she's coping, and we're seeing the after effects of her having to allegedly, I don't know anything, lose her child. But I'm just saying, we went from, oh my gosh, she's having a baby, and now it's, look at her, oh my gosh, she's so grim, the eyes are yellow. What happened to the pregnancy? What happened? Like, are we forgetting something in this sequence? What happened?
well, if y'all remember, right after she was announced the pregnancy, we did it on the show. She was in a damn shopping cart, motorized scooter shit, and then now we have these set of pictures. So exactly, what is going on, Jose? Exactly.
I'm saying?
Oh, okay, there it is. Anybody else want to comment on this? Oh, baby, that could be too much Taco Bell. That don't mean nothing. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That could be bloating. That could be gas.
AI is strong and alive.
I couldn't get it. It didn't load up for me, and I thought it was up there, but it wasn't. So I couldn't get it. But it was a lot that she was pregnant. You know what I mean? And she may have had the baby. Everybody don't be cute when they pregnant. Some bitches are through. My friend, her whole face was discolorized. She had splotches and spots. Looked fucked up. I was like, she better not have no more goddamn children. But she did. She had some more. She might just not be able to take pregnancy. Just saying.
Come on, Maliker.
Abort mission. Abort mission. One moment. This is a PSA brought to you by Walk with the Ancestors, Grand Rising, Chaz's Jewelry, and all of our companies. Okay, I just saw somebody in the comments talk about hepatitis. And I forgot to tell y'all this on the call earlier. And this is one of those moments where I'm gonna just spring something on you, especially talking about this vegan challenge. I just saw a post about frozen strawberries being recalled because they are connected to positive cases of hepatitis A. So I just wanted to make sure all the
What?
cousins knew that. And now back to our regularly scheduled program. Beep.
Man, you can't even a
No, I
strawberry.
was going to bring it up, but we had just finished. No, look, we had just finished the meeting and somebody texted and said, well, governance, we're going to have to start like putting shit down, taking notes when you say shit on the world reading because you had said this. And it was a bag of strawberries that said it was under recall. And I said, well, I be fucking that. We just finished the meeting. So I didn't want to keep throwing shit in there because I didn't threw some extra shit in there already that y'all don't even know that I didn't throw in here. I don't even know if we're going to get to it. But absolutely, I love strawberries.
So
And
now I
said,
got
damn.
chlamydia from salmon. I got chlamydia from eating salmon, and I've got hepatitis A because I've been making frozen strawberry smoothies for the last 2 weeks. And I don't even want to check the bag because at this point, I'm just going to eat the kale salad that Quartita taught me how to make over the weekend. I mean, Aubrey made it. I sat back and just handed her stuff and cut it, but still without a cutting board. I diced it across. Anyway, I'm done eating.
Look, no,
I
look,
made some
baby.
too. I got some in the refrigerator.
This shit is so fucked up. We all gonna be walking around with Ghana herper clap and ain't nobody fucking just eating food. I'm just saying. I I got the Ghana herper clap, bitch. I just ate some vegetables and some fish. I don't know what happened.
Girl, not the
HIPC.
gonna hurt the lab.
Yo,
Okay, I'm
that's funny
done.
as fuck.
Oh man. Okay. What's the next subject,
So
governess?
it
Ah,
is The Little Mermaid.
All
Little
I
right.
know
Mermaid.
we won't be on this long.
We sure won't be on long. It's a quick one,
Mm-mm, come
y'all.
on,
She keeps getting racial slurs about the movie, and she just keeps combating, saying, I'm very apologetic of how people feel about the movie. It disheartens her, but it also is very like heartwarming to find out that there are Melanite babies that look up to this movie that is coming out. And I feel a part of her wants to say, I feel like Ruby Bridges again. Like, what the hell? Like, every time we get a role, it's always the Melanite woman feeling like I have to stand alone because look at how the world is going to do me. Look at how the world is going to
Yeah.
perceive me like this. And I don't like that, but that's definitely what I'm seeing with every situation when you see a Melanite woman finally taking something and trying to bring some enlightenment and beauty with it. And it's always some shit with it. But I'm done with that. We can go to the next topic if you all like.
Listen, okay, well, let me just say this because I'm so sick of it all. They went from how can this character and this work of art be touched like this to how dare you have, it's not racial, we're just talking about the integrity of the story. Meanwhile, genomes play every fucking character from Asians to Africans putting on blackface, but that's the thing, they always just feel like they can. So with all due respect, I say fuck genomes.
I second that.
Mermaids
Fuck 'em.
are mermaids.
Not us all putting up
Go ahead,
together.
Corbin.
Oh no, girl. I was just seconding some shit. I'm with you.
I was just
Look,
gonna say, collect
That's
your
all I
check
was
and fuck
saying.
them. Collect your check and fuck them. And that goes for, because this is a good lesson for
Facts.
the committee and us also, because the world
Facts.
may be speaking about her, but some of us live in families where when you are excelling, I'm so grateful to not be in that experience. Some of us will be excelling and everybody's got something to say because all of a sudden now you're different and they're talking shit about you and they're saying negative things behind your back. Collect your check. Don't focus on none of that. It's always gonna be haters. I was so excited when Quartita told me I had a hater because it meant I was doing something. I was
Okay.
grateful. I give the most gratitude to my haters because you let me know that I am stepping into my full soul purpose. Collect your check.
Collected.
Facts. Facts. All
All
right.
right.
Man released from prison. Oh, and cook. Whoa, governor. Come on,
We
baby. Come
won't
on.
stay on this long
Mm-mm.
either, but this was like from last week. Shout out again to Hollywood Unlocked, Mr. Jason Lee. So, update: man who cut woman's heart out and cooked it for his family has been sentenced to life in prison. But I believe he was sentenced to life in prison because one of the cousins or panel members had also filled me in and told me that after he fed and cooked the heart and fed it to his family, he then killed the family that he fed it to. So I don't know if he then turned around and cooked them like some Jeffrey Dahmer type shit. I do not know. But I'm just saying, that is weird as fuck. Like,
So do you feel like that was the Melanite, or do you feel like that Melanite was not a Melanite anymore?
listen, oh, I got tingly in my head. I believe that it's like drugs, like the whole. Remember when the guy I
Mm-hmm.
keep saying is he did the bath salt and then ate the man's face. I believe
Mm-hmm.
it's drugs. I believe some
Gotcha.
drugs alter the mind in such a way that people do shit. And again, if you watch Swarm, please watch that. People can do shit and you would be like the girl committed murder and then would eat like with blood on her hands. Like it does it, like people do really crazy things. And I think the mind is so sensitive and can be fractured that once it breaks, people do things that you are like, what in the fuck?
Right. See, you got me. I'm watching that tonight. You don't even know. I'm about to
Yeah,
watch that tonight.
yeah. Okay.
Real talk.
Excited for this next story though,
Okay.
because I just want people's opinion. This is charming story. And I'm so excited
Mm,
about it. And I
come on,
got the
Charm.
picture.
And I got the picture. Come on, giant
So,
Ouija board.
I googled it because earlier I was like, I don't know
What?
if it's real. It could have been AI, but it's not
It
AI.
absolutely is.
This is an article that I would try to find one that was more recent, just because it's been a little while since they built it. But I just wanted to like see what they're saying about it now. Um, so this is written in the beginning of this month, and it is titled, "You can now contact the dead using a giant Ouija board." So basically, they call it Ouijazilla. It is located at the Talking Board Historical Society in Salem, Massachusetts. Massachusetts, the notorious location of the 16th century witch trials. It measures 3,168 square feet and weighs more than 9,000 pounds. Here's a little. Oh wait, let me unplug my iPad. Here's a little close up, just so you can see a little some detail. It says the 1967 reproduction of William Folds' 1917 invention by Parker's Brothers board game firm
I see.
served as the basis for Ouijazilla. 99 sheets of plywood were used to create Ouijazilla, which was painted and stained with 20 liters of wood stain. So essentially, it's just it seems like it's some
We'll put the picture
genome
back
shit.
up.
So what y'all think?
Let me put
What?
the picture back up, but I definitely I'm gonna let everybody go and then I'm gonna go. But let me put the
Are
picture
you
back
gonna
up and go.
last?
I'll
Okay.
go
Okay.
last.
Okay. Anybody jump in? Jump in.
I mean,
I just
what?
don't. Oh, sorry. Why does it say goodbye at the bottom? Like they telling them what's about to happen if they play with that Ouija
Oh
board.
Yeah, it sure
yeah,
does.
Facts.
Malika.
Facts. That's what's
I
on
Exactly.
a
knew
Ouija
I
And
board.
they're
love
at
that.
the bottom of
They don't watch
every
the
Ouija
movies.
board. It's at the bottom of every Ouija board.
Yeah.
But I feel
Mm.
like this one's more symbolic too, because it looks like there was a sigil there. And in Salem, they practice Wicca. You have to understand they know what their art is. They know the sigils. They understand that kind of stuff. You play with that kind of thing, you're playing with your own life, it looks like. You're playing with a
Child.
lot of people's life. It's so much energy
Mm.
probably going into that, but also expelling and creating negative things outside of that. It's crazy
Okay.
to see.
So
I
do we
can't,
need to
I
look at
can't, I can't
Massachusetts?
even go last. I can't even go last. Yeah, it's on the bottom of everyone. I can't even go last because listen, reason why I'm so excited about this story because I just fucking told y'all they were trying to raise an entity. And what would be the best way to do it?
With the
A
Ouija board.
fucking
In Salem.
giant.
Everybody using Ouija boards and shit.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Salem too.
And
What's the
this comes
energy
right
there?
after. This comes right after all those babies in that school were playing with the Ouija board and they all fell out. I believe that was a. I don't know if we covered it or not, but I don't have the exact details. but they were all playing with it in school recently, and I think like 40 or more students ended up in the hospital diagnosed with anxiety after playing with a Ouija board.
Mm-mm.
Yep.
Mm-mm.
Yep.
Mm-mm.
Facts.
We're trying to resurrect an ancient entity from.
So is that why they harvesting people energy for that? Is that what's going on?
Probably.
Okay, that's what I'm
Probably.
getting.
Yeah. What, Aubrey?
I thought it was on you.
What?
She thought she was on mute.
I can't stand Aubrey.
This is just my validation. Once we had said that in the meeting and I got off and it just hit me like a light bulb, like, oh shit. How else are you gonna, like, what can you do to generate a lot of energy? Because Ouija boards use a lot of energy. And the more people they think is a fucking game, they done told you they're trapping souls in the game. Which fucking
Right.
game? How do we know that's not part of the virtual reality metaverse type shit? They're trying to raise the ultimate energy. I'm telling you, it's about to get real.
The
So
ultimate
does that tie?
manifestation.
So does that tie into? I gotta ask. Remember the app the babies is playing with? Does that tie into that as well? The Ouija board, the apps the babies is playing with, the harnessing the energy. You feel what I'm saying?
It's got to be. It's got to be.
Okay. 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 That's insane. But I feel like they're desperate and they grasping at anything. If we can put this out and get some shit, we gonna do this. If we can put this out and get some of them, we gonna do that. You feel what I'm saying? It's like they desperate. They like, what can we do? What can we do? Insane.
The sad part
Ins-
about it is that everybody is gonna fall tail to it. Oh, have y'all played the new Ouija board game? You know, I just sat and I didn't play it, and it's very, very good. It tells me everything about me.
You're right, Ari. It's going to become one of those TikTok trends, one of those YouTube, let me vlog it trends. You will get stuck there. I see what you're saying. You will get yourself stuck there if you don't see what's going on.
It's gonna be easy.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be willing. They ain't even gotta steal it.
Yep. 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 They ain't even gotta like. I mean, they're tricking you to a certain degree, but it's not even like back in the day where they really had to work to get you to use some shit you knew you had no business using. It's like, oh, okay, let's go.
You're gonna be fearful, Carbon. They love the fear energy because it's got a little, eeriness to it. So you're gonna go in freely, but you're gonna go in with like some of the fear. Oh my God, let me just step on it. Let me put. It's going to.
Yeah.
Can I just say,
get you.
it reminds
What's
me
up, Trey?
of, we can maybe end it with this story. It reminds me of when I was a kid and I was at school and I went to the bathroom and I did Bloody Mary with all my friends because I was a little child and I was like in 3rd grade. And I seen Bloody Mary, y'all. I seen her in
Whoa.
that bathroom and I never did it again. Learned my lesson. And that's what it just reminds me of, that because it's one of those things where it's like, oh, it's a myth, it's not real, but it's like, how is it not real? Like, you guys are trying to connect with spirits and you don't even have a way to protect yourselves. Y'all don't know your own ancestors. Y'all don't, y'all are just talking to the dead, just to be talking to the dead. So anyways,
Girl,
don't do Bloody Mary.
I
Don't do the
got
Ouija
one
board.
look,
thing.
girl,
So are they
you were.
summoning? Are they summoning? Are they summoning when they do these things?
Yeah.
And then when summoning, whoever really is controlling this is pouring that energy into that intention. Using your intention to pour it into that situation. Is that what's going on?
Why
I think so, Chad.
that's so
'cause
scary what you saying. The scary part you saying. I'm so sorry. I'm excited. No, go ahead.
No, go for
me
it.
too. Go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
different. You're very clear.
Okay,
Please
real
go.
quick. Because the scariest part for me is how you know this is not what they've been offering all of the celebrities, the new celebrities, all of these people? Like, where are they harvesting the energy to put it? What have they been doing? We have no clue. That's the scary part.
Facts.
So
Facts.
I was also going to say, as because it's funny, Governess and I were just speaking about our Ouija board experiences the other day, and I wonder also if these entities are sent in to recognize beings that have certain gifts. I like I because, for instance, with the Ouija board experience I had, the woman that was in the painting I went to a Catholic middle school, and I was the only Mennonite girl there. So the sleepovers were, groups of genomes and all pillowcases and satin, whatever, and all that. And they decided they wanted to play it. They pulled out the board. The lady that was the scary looking genome lady that was on the photo, a painting that her mom had, ended up showing up in the back. Nobody else could see her but me, though. She was at the door of the pool. She wasn't in the painting anymore. I was seeing her there. They still saw her in the painting, but then she screamed and everybody could hear that. Same with what Charming was just talking about. There was an experience there. And then, if y'all remember, light as a feather, stiff as a board. When we did that at another friend's sleepover, both of her front, back, and side door, all three of them, all the doors banged at the same time. And so I wonder, I always had an issue with shifting back into being in control of my gifts whenever something like that would happen. So what if certain entities are being sent out to be in rooms to say, oh, she saw me, and report it back? I'm just wondering,
It's got
with all
to
the
be.
searches, because
It's
some of
got
us
to
are
be,
going to be.
because when you play with a Ouija board, the point of it is you are communicating with the spirit, the energy that's already in the board. That's the, you know what I
Mm.
mean? It has to be Malika.
You know what? I never even thought about it like that. There's already energy
I
in the fucking board. I'm always thinking it's picking up
Yeah.
whatever, wherever you are, the energy of wherever you are. I never even thought about the board already has shit in it. I never even thought about it like that.
Absolutely. Y'all
OMG,
never
just like a
saw the
fucking
Ouija board from the 80s?
right. But just like the music. I get it now.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
you can put it in
Okay.
there.
It's an
It
Mm-mm-mm.
just
absolute,
makes me.
it's an open channel. And then when you think about things that are roaming as well, when you have
Mm-hmm.
this conduit now with the energy, this is what we talk about with the products. This is when I speak on Grand Rising, right? When you
Mm-hmm.
have to be careful. That's everything, not just the Ouija board. That's the food, the intention set by the people who are putting the food in the store for you to eat. That is everything that you pick up. Everything. Sorry, my iPad was dying. Everything that you pick up, that you purchase, you have to remember that all of those things have energy in them already. So if this has been programmed with a certain energy, it's going to attract like energies. So
Right.
now, and if you're a channel, because that's what I'm thinking, the young girl whose mom knew Melanite teachings, you don't touch no Ouija board, not based off of anything religious or anything like that, just her personal experience with it and how it impacted her life. And being like how Charming, I think Jose and Governess were saying, with the internet now convincing people, let's go, there's going to be a friend like me. There's going to be a friend like Quatita, who more like me, that doesn't know their gifts. Quatita knows. She been knowing. Like, she was pointing them out from a young age. Like, hey, how you doing? But there's going to be someone who is not in full knowing of their gifts or their power, that their friends are going to be like, come on, let's go. And they're just going to go along with it. And now they're at the Ouija board park. And look, it's a lot.
It makes
No,
me
And
think
I,
just
of the Randonautica. I don't know if you all remember that. It makes me think they didn't get people with Randonautica where it was based on an app where it's your energy. It just pinpoints off your energy and it takes you there. And anything happens. Randonautica could have anything happen. That didn't work that
right.
time around, and they did it during the vid. So this time they're going on a bigger scheme to where how can we get people there? I don't know, but now let's have something to where they'll be like, we have to come to Salem for this. This is the hocus pocus town. You got to bring your ass here. This will have you have. Let's make a memory. Let's do haunted videos here. Let's do. They know what they're doing and they know how they're doing it and how they're calibrating it, and they're harvesting before October. They're a little bit ahead of their own little mastermind plan. And it's just a lot. My mind's going a lot.
Don't
Can y'all
put
imagine?
some. Sorry.
I was about to say, can y'all imagine all the genomes, all the melanites that goes to these schools with the genomes that think that they their friends? It's like, oh well, my family is going up there. You're more than welcome to come with me. You know what I'm saying? Thinking them that they friends and get up to some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Some get out shit. Absolutely.
shit.
I was gonna say, don't
Walking
put
around
some
like that.
Pokemon, don't put some Pokemon and some Popeyes chicken sandwiches in the park with the Ouija board, because then you know everybody gonna show up. Like these are all
Right.
viral things. They know the formula
Malika.
already.
Right. Real
They
talk.
know the formula. They've gotten people to come out in droves. People was
Hmm.
fighting over toilet paper during quarantine. Like, and that's probably the toilet paper that had things laced in it for exactly what you're running from. What are we doing? Like, they know the formula, and they know a whole bunch of fool people gonna run out to that park with they gonna make their own big Ouija movers and all types of stuff with this. It's just I'm gonna just sit back and watch because
Look,
They can have
I'm
kids walking around like Amanda Bynes in the park.
right, right. Jose, help me out, cause
I got you.
this
I
ain't
already
my
got the
story.
video
This
ready.
ain't my story, baby.
I know it's mine.
Oh, it ain't yours. I thought it was
It's
yours,
not. No,
Carmen.
it's mine. It's okay, Carmen. I'm here. Okay, I'm gonna play the video.
Amanda, say what's up. What's up? We just walking the streets of Hollywood. It's St. Patrick's Day. I saw my girl walking, so I said I had to say what's up.
Okay, I don't know what all that's doing. Basically, Amanda was seen, and people cannot figure out what is going on with Amanda. They don't know why she was seen naked. But once she was found by some people, they had clothed her, and she started walking around, just walking with random people. Allegedly, they say she has already been placed in a psychiatric hold. She called 911, but it's still very strange because I remember she was in Britain. Now she's in Hollywood. And that was after her conservatorship too. She had one just like Britney, everyone. She also had a conservatorship that was like up in the air. So that's another thing that I've been paying attention to too. So I have no idea who's watching her or who has their eyes on her, who's her handler, because she's just out and
Do,
about.
She just
do
got
you think there's
married.
more than one Amanda, or is it just one and she's just being controlled? Like, what y'all think? You feel what I'm saying?
She's probably
I
being
don't know.
controlled.
I'm asking.
Well,
Look, I don't know. I'm
she said
asking.
her father sexted her today. And I believe she was sold inside of the industry. Her father was allegedly, raping and molesting her. She had made videos saying she wanted Drake to come and kill the pussy. It was alleged that the rappers were running through her. So she went from being the good girl image who didn't even drink or smoke. She was the Paul of the Temptations. He went from not even drinking to being an alcoholic. You hear me? Like, that's sad.
Wow. Dang. I mean, I didn't know her story like that, but I guess if you've heard one, you've heard them all. It's all the same industry. It's all the same tactics. You feel what I'm saying? Like, damn. Mm-mm-mm. Insane. Anybody else want to comment on this?
That's sad.
Y'all good?
I was just going to say the same thing. Basically, governor said that because when you said from Great Britain to over there, just by you saying that just by you saying that she was being moved around gave me sex trafficking vibes right then and there. You know what I'm saying? It
Oh,
automatically gave
damn.
it gave that. You know what I'm saying?
I
From
need
country to country.
I
It
never thought of it like that, Chaz. I was just thinking like a
yeah.
conservatorship thing. But now that you got me thinking how they possibly do have some of them like that, like Lindsay Lohan and all them.
sell
You
their
never know.
kids. They sell their kids into their stuff. So and then the handlers just kind of like pimps. You know what I'm saying? To keep them in line. Just that's what that is.
It seemed like
Hmm.
once she came out and said what her father was allegedly doing to her, it was
Mm.
like everything was really bad for her. Just cuckoo for cocoa puffs like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And that's
And
fucked
my
up.
and anybody paying attention, that for me should let you know she's telling the truth. If she go from being on top, she say some shit, and now, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, there's got to be some truth in it. Otherwise, why would they fuck with her like that? You know what I'm saying?
we had a few stories that we didn't get to. This is one of them. I'm gonna put the picture up and we could just name what they are. Your boy Cooley, y'all remember Cooley? Tamar Braxton had made a post saying that explaining why her and Candy Burris got into it. And she was basically just saying that she's no longer gonna condone the bullshit. But the picture she posted with it was her and Cooley. So I was like, oh, because Denificent sent me the picture, and I said, oh my God, that is Cooley Denificent. So I don't know what the situation is with your boy Cooley and Tamar Braxton. I just want to know what happened to Jade.
Abada, 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 and abada.
Right. Damn. Moving fast, ain't we?
I'm just saying.
Like, yeah, like, huh? Okay, all right.
So the stories we did not get to tonight is um Malika had well, it was one, the trucker minds, which was the trucker who stalked the podcaster for 18 months before he unalived her and her husband. We were going to touch on Rasheen Carter tonight. And I saw another one, a discovery of a new breed. They calling it a cat fox. It looks like a house cat, but it's a cat fox mixed. They always say it's a new breed. It ain't no new breeds. You motherfuckers just don't know every fucking thing. And y'all just want people to believe that you do and you don't. Knock the fuck off. Malika is going to end this with the Uber warning, but really quickly. The last one before that would have been JP Morgan Chase that I saw. Thought they had $1.3 million worth of nickels, and it was stones. But let me put the picture up really quickly because when you look at the picture, you guys, tell me, aren't these crystals or no?
They indeed are.
Those are
So how did you
crystals.
think you had how did you think you had $1.3 million worth of nickels stored in a warehouse? But those look like crystals to me. And if you could
Uh-huh.
really pull them up and see them really good, you would see that. But child, let me put this picture up. And then I'm gonna put the banner up too. Malika had a scary moment where she thought the Uber was going to unalive her and her husband, and she's going to issue a warning. Please look at the door because that's what we want you to see, the door right there, where you cannot grab the lock. Go ahead, Malika, please
Wait, just real quick,
take us.
Malika, before you start, Mr. Uberman, I met Ro. You didn't have a chance. Continue.
Let me tell you what, there's a lot of things you can do from a back seat to somebody in the front seat. Um, so we just wanted to give the heads up because I have heard about this time and time and time again, and I have never seen it in person, but I had the opportunity to see that on the way to the airport. And what that is in that picture that you saw, that little red button, it's not even, because it looks like the little thing where you press the button and it pops up, but Rose said it was not even that. It's an actual light. So even if you had something to pry it, you can't pull it up. If he didn't want to let us out the car, we would not have gotten out of the back seat. So please ensure, cousins, committee, family, when you are requesting an Uber, I always check the tags. This, I don't know, I let my guard down a lot when I'm with Ro. But usually I'll check the door, I'll check the handles to see if the handles are popped out or anything like that. I did not check this time. So please, before you get in that vehicle, now you know what it looks like, one of the versions, because sometimes they'll just cut it off also. But now you see that, you know what it looks like. Please look for that and say, no, thanks. I'm actually going to wait for the next one. Or if you don't want to make it obvious, say, oh, I forgot something in the room. I'm going to go ahead and cancel the Uber. Get up out of there and get up out of there quick. So that was all. Gratitude, governess.
No, absolute facts, y'all. Follow y'all intuitions. If it say something wrong, your soul and spirit say something wrong on the inside part, there's something wrong. It's okay. Listen to that. Real talk.
Oh, And if you do
What's
find
up?
yourself in that situation, I mean, you have different options, but immediately, and I did not even see the door handle, but I felt the energy. I buttered him up. And it went from being a very, you could be my next energy, to speaking about things in his life, and how I was rooting for him, and so on and so forth. So, sometimes in those moments, be prepared to be abrasive if it's coming, but also work with that and build conversation, and just get your way through it and up out of there. Please just be very careful.
Malika just gave you a prime example. You attract more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. You feel what I'm saying? Read between the lines. At any rate, it's been a wonderful first episode of season 4. I love my panel with all of my heart. I love my cousins, the committee. I love y'all with all of my heart. And until next time, y'all, don't trust no G Night. Don't trust no G No. Okay, we love you. Solitude de wa.
Solitude de War.